Hey, this is Brady over at American Mortgage Solutions. Thought I'd take a little walk, get away from my desk for a minute. I got to thinking, it's like, most people still think you need 20% down to buy your house, And so what I want to talk to you today is why you don't need 20%. Even the National Association of Realtors did a study a few years ago, and they found that 40% of new home buyers still think you have to have 20% down, when actually the average down payment, I think last year, was only 12%. So I'm going to talk to you about a few programs that you can jump into with, actually several programs that you can jump into with less than 20%. And before I get into that, I bet there's a lot of you out there listening that you've been saving your money, maybe taking your lunches to work so you could save money to buy your first home. And then as you're saving money, what happens? You find that home prices just keep going up, and it's kind of like a futile effort. But I'm going to give you some tips right now. So let's get started. So first of all, you can actually get into a house with zero down. And to start off with, that would be a USDA program. USDA stands for the United States Department of Agriculture. They have a program called rural housing. And now what that means is mostly that's in rural areas. Now, you'll be surprised at what qualifies. No major metropolitan areas, but most of the areas right outside of that, around the fringe edges and out, you can qualify for zero down, 100% financing, incredible interest rates, very, very, very low, what they call, basically, it's kind of like mortgage insurance stuff. They call it a guarantee fee. And you just need a 640 credit score to qualify. So that's number one. Two, if you're a veteran, you can also do zero down. That is another incredible government program that was started back in the early 1900s. I think it was, I'm not exactly sure what year it was, but it was for our veterans that were coming home from war, and the government wanted to reward them and help them buy a house. You need zero down. It has zero monthly mortgage insurance. Rates also incredible. So if you're a veteran listening to this, you definitely want to take advantage of the VA home loan benefit. Next would be conventional and FHA. Conventional is a minimum of 3% down, and they have a couple of first-time home buyer programs called Freddie Mac and Fannie Mae. Both have their own version. One's called Home Ready and one's called Home Possible. They're very similar. Only 3% down is required to actually get approved, and they actually also cap what's called the loan level price adjustments and the mortgage insurance premium rate. I'm going to turn around here because it's kind of noisy down there. FHA is just another 0.5%, 3.5% down. They are much more lenient with credit scores, going all the way down to a 580 credit score with 3.5% down. And if your credit's below the 580, we can still do it if you have at least 10% down payment. The next option would be, again, you've got, make sure I got the conventional, I've got the USDA, I got the VA, I've got the first-time home buyer programs. I think I've got most of them. Here's one other thing, though, I want to mention. You can get gift money for all of those programs. So if maybe you don't have enough for the full down payment or to pay closing costs, you can actually get a gift from a family member. All the programs allow gifts to be received by you from a approved source. Most of the time it has to be a relative, family member. There are some other circumstances. It can be an employer, it could be your church, but they have to come from a qualified source. What else is there here? So most of the time you can get into a house. If you have the down payment, we can ask the sellers to pay closing costs for you. That's a little bit more difficult to do in this very competitive market. But the reason I'm doing this video, there are a lot of options for you to get into a home. So don't hesitate. If you're thinking about buying a house, there's not a better time than right now. Interest rates are still incredibly low. Home prices, even though they're going up, I don't think they're going to come back down. If they do, it'll be very little bit. So it's a great time to build wealth. Start building wealth with real estate. And you know, you get into a house at 2.5% interest rate right now. So give us a call. I'd be glad to talk to you about it. Getting pre-qualified doesn't cost you one single dime. And you know what? If we're not able to qualify you at this point in time, the best part about it is we're going to be able to tell you exactly the steps that you'll need to take to buy your next home, your first home, or your next home. You have to be, if you haven't owned real estate in 3 years, maybe you already owned a house, but if you haven't owned real estate in 3 years, you also qualify as a first-time home buyer. Anyway, this is Brady Webb, American Mortgage Solutions. We're licensed in Kentucky, Florida, Indiana, Tennessee, and Colorado. If there's anything we can do for you, give us a call. You can reach us at 502-327-9770, 239-766-8344, or you can dial my personal cell phone number at 502-655-0106. Again, American Mortgage Solutions. Have an amazing day. I hope this was helpful. Talk to you soon. Bye.